Morning everybody, Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World on the Off-Grid Project. Gonna be a heat wave today, 49 degrees already. Gonna be in the 50s. It's 65 inside and the only heat going on right now is the standby propane. It's not cold enough out to run the wood stove, but it's not warm enough to not have something. So I keep it a 65 degrees in here. It's 64 over here by the couch and probably 60 on the floor, so my feet are cold, but it's otherwise alright. And I run the ceiling fan as needed to bring the heat down sometimes down to the floor, because upstairs in the tiny house on wheels it is warm and cozy, so definitely all the heat is up there. Just finished working on my videos. I did not get my videos edited during the weekend. Sorry about that. So this is Monday morning and the video is still saving on my computer. It was a long video. And those of you who have made videos know that it takes hours to process. So I just finished editing. It'll take a full hour to save and about 2 hours to upload. But I'm back to the old style of making videos of everything I do, so I do hope you're going to enjoy these videos from now on. So, by the way, I got a package to open. Let's go see what's in it. Alright, there's a box from Amazon. Let's see what we got here. Oh! What we got here? Raising rabbits. Breeds, care, and housing. I used to have rabbits when I was a kid. I never raised them for food. I had pet rabbits. But, there's a Story's Guide to Raising Rabbits for Food. Well, those are pretty. I don't think I could eat them. Look at that. Although, when I was younger, I ate a lot of wild rabbits. Easy hunting. Really, really, really easy, quick food. I went for quite a few years growing up, eating whatever I could catch, kill, or grow. So rabbits was a staple. Rabbits and squirrel. I ate a lot of rabbits and squirrel growing up. Well, I wouldn't say growing up, I should say when I was older. Well, there's a rabbit book. And what's something here? Irwin Vice Grip fencing pliers. This is a the timing can't be better for this, by the way. This is amazing timing. I knew who was sending this, and I want to say thank you very much, by the way. He said he was going to send me the vice grips. Or the pliers. This is fencing pliers, and I tell you what, the timing cannot be better. By random chance, this guy sent me these pliers, and I am going to be putting up barbed wire around the property, around the perimeter. I'm going to rebuild the perimeter fencing, and I'm going to use 3 strands of barbed wire. And I think this was mailed before I mentioned my barbed wire plan. So correct me if I'm wrong there, but I think that you had sent these before I started talking about the 3 strands of barbed wire with 2 lines of hot wire around the entire perimeter of the property. And then I'll have motion sensing alarms on the inside of the perimeter, so if anybody does come through, then I'll know. So I found some really good alarm systems that I'm saving up for. So thank you very much. This is going to be extremely useful for the upcoming project, putting up the barbed wire. Oh yeah. And rabbits. They're cute and they're edible. And baby says thank you. Baby got a box. She was slow coming down this time. And Felix says, huh? What's this? Felix says thank you. No, Felix. Look at how big he got. He's getting bigger than baby, and he's only like 6 months old. I think this is the first time you've seen them together. The baby cat looking at the camera, huh? Huh, baby, you're so pretty. She knows about the camera. Felix, he doesn't know anything. He's learning. Felix, how you doing? Felix. Psst, psst, psst. Felix the cat. Hi there. He's happy. Hi everybody. I'm just going through my equipment here. And this is the one I was using in the RV for, or the RV? Yeah, for a short time. And this one is brand new that somebody sent me recently in the mail. And it was actually, I don't know if it was after I started building the tiny house or just before, and I thought this is going to be perfect for the tiny house on wheels, so I held on to it for that purpose. Now, I'm looking at fittings right now. I'm trying to calculate what all I'm going to need to hook up running water inside the tiny house on wheels today. Not sure if I'll finish the project fully today, but I'm certainly going to do my best to try to get at least cold running water going today. So I'm going to look at what it takes to, if I can find an adapter for this here, to fit this. I need a thread that'll fit that, and I'm hoping I can get it locally in the town here, because I'm going to need one more, and then from there I'm going to have to come out to PEX. And then from there, let me take you over to my water tanks out back. I've got these valves for the PEX already that I had inside my tiny house upstairs. So I'm going to come out, I'm going to take a bigger tank. These are the 20-gallon tanks. I've got some 40-gallon tanks. I'm going to do some water tests and see which ones will hold water, and swap this whole entire connection over to the bigger tanks. So then I'll have, those are, I think they're actually going to be 80, because this was a 20-gallon, I think they were 20-gallon with the air bladder, which would make them 40-gallon storage. And over here, if you guys remember, I've got these other tanks. I've got the big boys, which were 40-gallon with the bladder, so I think that makes them 80-gallon tanks. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So I've got a large amount of water storage here. Without the air bladder, they're going to be just water storage tanks, not pressurized, just water storage tanks. So now these were destroyed. The threads on the air bladders were destroyed, so they cannot be reused as pressure tanks in a house. I might be able to replace that air bladder if I find a tank that just had a bad air bladder, but the tank itself was good and holds pressure. Then I'll have myself a larger pressure tank in the future as well. So now everything's going to start coming together. All the materials that I've gathered through the years is going to start coming together in the tiny house on wheels. So I'm going to rig up a series of all these big, tall water storage tanks. As tall is better anyway, they're narrow and tall, and hook up a whole mess of these together. And later I will move over the 275-gallon tank as well. But for now it's full and I'm using it. So I don't want to dismantle that until I'm done using it, and until the tiny house actually has running water of its own. So let's go back over here. When there's the gray water tank, or is that the black water? That's the black water tank from the old camper, which I have a project for actually. So I know that this tank works, and I'm going to use this one for now and hook up. And then what I'll do in the future is, as needed, I just Y off and keep adding tanks. Alright? So for testing purposes today, I'm going to use this tank that was upstairs in the tiny house. And then that valve is a cutoff, done. And water will come out to the water pump and then carry on over into my tiny house. So I'll be drilling a hole and then tying into the PEX pipes that's inside the tiny house bathroom. And if I find the fittings today for those RV pumps, I will have running water today in the tiny house. So let's see if I can get it going. Hi everybody. Alright, I got back from the hardware store, and what I've got here is a Culligan whole house water filter, and I've got the cartridge in it already. Alright, now what I've got is I actually hooked up all of this in my car in the parking lot. It's not, I still have to put the what do you call it, the Teflon tape on these and tighten them, but there's my fittings so far. And what I'm going to have is coming from the PEX on my water tank. I can't see what, yeah, I can see. the PEX from the water tank is going to come into the water filter, and then the pump is going to draw through a flex tube into another filter just because I have it, and then to the accumulator, and then from there to PEX into the house. So here's the idea. Now I have some flexibility with the tubing, so I'm going to go with the longer tubing. This is 35 psi and this is 34 psi. So this is up to 55 psi shutoff pressure. So maybe I might have to go higher on this because everything else is 35 psi. Anyway, well, yeah, I'm probably going to have to go higher on this tubing. I didn't see that this is 55. All the SureFlow pumps that I've seen online are 35 psi shutoff, and this one's 55. Well, okay, that changes things. I might have to go back to the town, and because this is 30 psi, that's a bummer. I might have to use a different pump. This one's 55 psi, this is 30 psi. This is 35 psi, everything else is 35 psi, so I'm going to have to use a different pump. And I sure hope I have one that fits these fittings in, because I already got everything lined up. So, boy, I didn't see that fact right there. Alright, well, anyway, I will, I guess I'll go get a different pump. And then I've got to wire up the wiring and the plumbing and drill a hole through the side of the tiny house on wheels, and all I have to do is tap into the PEX tubing that's already in the tiny house, and I should be good to go. So I'm gonna see what I can do here and see how fast I can get it done. There's a new hole in my wall right here. It is all the way through. I'm gonna have to cut it with a knife around the edge of that. There's a hole in my wall. I just cut through the bathroom right on out to the outdoors, and although it's relatively high up, that's where the hole for the water's going in, and that goes right into the I got my tank right here. It's a little bit of a cluster out here right now. I've got to clean this all up. I don't know, once I get the shed built, I'm going to rearrange things because I don't like where everything sits. It's all like there's batteries, there's a battery, there's a battery, there's a battery, there's a water tank. All this is going to be reorganized once I build the shed. But anyway, I've got to put that water tank on another set of blocks so that I can put the water filter on in the line. And then I've got the pipe will go in through here, the water pipes, the hot and cold water pipes will go up right in there. So I'm getting there. Let me take you inside and show you what I'm up to. Alright, sorry I'm not recording on here because it's just, you wouldn't see a thing past my back anyway. So I've emptied the medicine cabinet, and I'm going to take all the trim boards out of the way. Oh, it was jammed. Alright, whatever. I've emptied the medicine cabinet, and I've drilled all the way through the wall. Now my extension is in there, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get it out. But I've also cut the PEX lines, and I've adjusted to where they're going to go. And the top section is all coming out. Alright, and then this one is the going to the sink in the shower, and then the kitchen one is right behind the drill. Alright, now I've got to tee off into there and then go outdoors through that hole up there. Alright, and then I'm going to have the cold water come in from there, and the hot water also come in right there. But I've got to plumb the hot water on a different day. I'll be lucky to have cold water running today. It's after 3 already in the afternoon, and I've got to go to town because I didn't plan right. I don't have enough clamps for the PEX pipes. So I'm going to look around and make sure not missing anything else, and then try to get these PEX pipes in place. See what else I need. So fortunately there's a valve right there which I will use outside on the tee-off for some of these lines I've got here. I'm going to reuse outdoors because the cold water line is going to tee and then go into the hot water, the water heater, and then out from there I'll be the hot water coming into the tiny house on wheels through this hole right here. Alright, right in the bathroom sink. I did it up here so that I can reach things better. I was going to do it down here, but I can't reach anything down here, and really, I just don't want to mess with plumbing down in this hole. That's just too tight. That's ridiculous. That is a deep hole under the sink. So I did it right here where it's going to be easy to reach. The shower faucet's going to go through right there. The kitchen sink comes in here. The bathroom sink comes in right there. Tees to the shower. Everything's convenient. Really, really nice and easy right there. So that's where it's all going to be done. But I got to go back to town and get some parts and finish putting this together. So I'll be back in a while. By the way, I've got 372 watts coming in. I just decided I better check. 372 coming in over here on the MPPT. The other one is in the shade already, and I don't know why it's in fault mode, but it is. And so I'm doing alright. 25 amps coming into the house right now. I'm doing alright. I just topped off the forklift battery water capacity, just to let you know. I just did that while I was out there anyway. And just plowing along. A lot of things I do without thinking about the camera. I just do it. So sorry about that. But then again, I only have an hour of recording time or so on the camera before the battery starts to wear out. So I'll show you what I can each day. I just finished the connections inside. I have a pipe running to the outdoors over here. Everything's good. So this hose goes down into the kitchen. The tee's here, and then this hose goes down under to the sink and over to the shower, which is not yet connected. There is a valve here, so it's off. Now this one slipped and it's right on the edge, so I'm going to have to cut that before I put pressure on here. That was a bummer. It was hard and awkward to get in there, and then it slipped. The pliers slipped. So I'm going to have to cut and redo that one, but I think I got enough pipe to do it. So let me go outside and put the clamps on and then do the wiring. Now I did some connecting here. There's nothing really solid yet. I've got to put the Teflon tape on and tighten the pipes down. But what I've done is I've come from the water tank over to the filter, over to the second filter, the pump, the accumulator, and then out with the PEX pipe into the tiny house on wheels. Alright, so there's that so far. I was thinking about running a piece of PVC tubing through there as like I did with the water hose for a buffer, but in the end I didn't, because I'm not sure how much of a hole I'm going to need to put the hot water pipe through. And besides, there's not going to be any pressure or motion on that, I don't think, with time. So, alright, well, I've got to get these clamps on here. There's a clamp here, and then there's a clamp on here that I've got to do. So I'll be back in a minute here. We'll put this together. So, this one goes on here. That's the exit line. How much is that? Which hose do we have here? Shove that right on. Yeah, that's as far as it goes, I guess. Whoops. Alright, and we'll put you on the ground for now. I think I'm going to have to put something under here. Let me get a block of wood. I just wanted that off the ground, that's all. Okay, that goes hand tight. All of these connections here are just hand tight only according to the instructions. Whoops, I untightened it. Doesn't seem solid, but I guess we'll find out once the water's pumping. Okay, that one's done. I'm going to get the one over here on the water pump, or the water filter. Get that one done. Now let me see, actually I'm going to do that one last. I've got to do all the fittings on these. So all these have to be tightened in. This one's unfortunate because it's not going to, I don't know how I'm going to get that in there. Although it's a low pressure line, so I don't know if it's going to give me trouble too bad or not. I'm going to put the Teflon tape on here and tighten these up anyway as good as I can. Might as well, huh? Be back in a minute with the wrenches and the tape. Okay. I just want to make sure I do this all up right. Again, it is a low pressure line, but hey. Just don't want any leaks. Gravity pressure alone is going to cause some water to want to run out from the tank. It certainly worked in a tiny house on wheels for me, giving me water in the bathroom. Didn't work in the kitchen though. Wasn't enough to get up in that sink, but I'll have running water now. I don't know how hard you're supposed to torque this down. I am not a plumber, so I'm not going to go too hard. Just so it's snug. And then this piece is really on there. I don't know how well that's going to work with a hand tightening piece on one end and a actual pipe thread on the other. Come on. Hope it works well. Am I recording? Yes. Make sure. Sometimes I do work and I forget to turn on the camera and then it was all for nothing anyway. Thought I had the camera going sometimes and it's not, and then it's all for nothing. Okay. This one's in there tight. Or is that one piece? Is that one piece? No. Is it? It sure isn't moving. Yeah, that's not one piece. Well, hopefully it won't leak. I guess we're going to find out. I sure can't get it out. It's only gravity pressure on this side. Massive piece of pipe right there. So that goes on there with a clamp. We'll clamp it on now. This thing is awkward. I don't know how people do this. Getting the first bite is always awkward because it slides on me. Okay. Now, this goes on there. That doesn't seem right. That's not right. That can't wait. That can't be good. Are these that loose? No. We got a weak point in the system right here. This isn't good. It's not going in far enough. This is designed to fit. Bummer. What am I going to do? I need... Need another fitting just like this one. Oh no. I'm gonna have to go back to town. I didn't see that one was wobbly. I'm gonna have to get another fitting just like this if they have it. This is not gonna work. It's gonna leak like mad. Well, I can test anyway. I can tape it and see if we'll get a... what annoying. I'll tape it and test it. I'm gonna have to get another fitting like this. Alright, well, I'm gonna hook up the wiring and then put a couple gallons of water in the tank and do a pressure test. And then I'm gonna have to go back to town again.